Please hire me someday. I have a feeling he used about 5 vocabulary words that I didn't even know. I taught English for 27 years. Tremendous job. Tremendous job. Okay, the next roaster is one of Jack's many grandmothers. If you want the lowdown on that story, ask me about 10 beers from now. And I take that personally, Lori. I mean, no. This grandmom is also known as Mommy's Mom, which explains where Jack gets his intelligence from. Join me in giving a warm welcome to Mommy's Mom, who will roast the hell out of her grandson like only Mommy's Mom can. Welcome, Ruthanne Pellegrini.
Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, friends, and family. And Jack, Charles, Anthony, Henry, this is your life. My earliest fond memory of Jack when he was about 3 years old. One day, I was babysitting, and Jack said, Mom, do you want to play a computer game? So I said, okay. So it was a Pac-Man type of game. Of course, Jack won every time. And so he says, Mommy's Mom, this is no fun. You're no challenge for me. Jack learned to drive at an early age. He drove Rob and Lori and his caretakers crazy with his eating habits. When asked what he wanted to eat when he was up to 5 years old, it was always hot dogs. From 5 to 8, it was always tater tots and chicken nuggets. 8 to 12, it was always French fries and fish sticks. And this could be 7 meals a night. And then in high school, I would just drive me through Chick-fil-A on his way home from doing his robotics there. Breakfast was always Pop-Tarts. I think Rob and Lori are paying for Jack's college education with stock and Kellogg's. All kidding aside, when Jack was 7 or 8, he really did drive. He drove in a soapbox derby at Conshohocken. Jack is a well-rounded, talented grandson. For several years, he attended summer camp. One day at camp, they were to wear pajamas. All the staff, the counselors, and all the campers were to wear pajamas that day. And so when I picked them up after camp, I said I was going to surprise them. I took them to a park for a picnic dinner. Jack wouldn't get out of the car because he had pajamas on. And see, Jack, Mr. DeLuca wears pajama One day after picking Jack up after swimming team lessons at the country club, Jack says to me, Mommy's Mom is having a smoking section at the restaurant in the country club the same as having a peeing section in the pool. John and I watched Jack play football, the saxophone in the school band, sing and dance, and attend to the lighting at several St. Philip Mary plays. We also went to his grandparents' high school open house, and also wrestling matches, and recently driving a robot and helping his team attain high scores. Family fun included going to worldwide vacations, traveling across the United States to visit all the different state parks, and most recently, the Statue of Liberty. Jack would spend hours at the beach making sandcastles. He would always ask me questions. One day he says, "Mommy's mom, what's the best type of ship?" I says, "I don't know, Jack. You went on cruises. I haven't been on a cruise." He says, "Friendship." Then he said, "Mommy's mom, what happens when a shark becomes famous?" I says, "Are you talking about Jaws?" He says, "No, when the shark becomes famous, he becomes a starfish." He said, "What do two oceans do when they meet?" I said, "I don't know. They just wait." It was always hard getting Jack up for school. This is what I remember most about Halcyon, in other words. One day he says, "I can't go to school today, Mom." I said, "Why not?" He says, "I feel ill." I says, "Where does it hurt?" He says, "In school." So I said to Jack, "How do you like math?" Jack, typical Jack, answering a question with a question. M-A-T-H, mental abuse to students. Dory would always leave these directions. You have to go over their spelling words on Thursday because they usually have a test on Friday. So I says, "Jack, do you have a spelling bee tomorrow?" So Jack says, "Well, what type of a bee can't make up his mind?" I says, "I don't know." He says, "A maybe." Once I asked Jack if he finished his book report. He said, "Well, I didn't read the book. I didn't see the movie, but I read the DVD cover and I thought it was a good." When asked whatever he could hope to be in life if he didn't finish his assignments on time, Jack says, "State legislator." One day Jack came home from school early. I says, "Jack, you're not getting home for another hour. What are you doing here?" He said, "The teacher said, whoever answers the next question could go home. So I threw my knapsack out the window." The teacher asked, "Who threw that?" He said, I raised my hand and said, "I did, and I'm going home now." Once asked if he could change 3 things about his mother, what would it be? He said, "Well, number 1, she has this weird thing about me keeping my room clean. I'd get rid of that. Number 2, I'd make her smarter. That way, she would know my brother did some of the things I was accused of. And the 3rd thing, I'd like to remove those invisible eyes behind her. You know, like the kind of things that the nuns have." I says, "Well, what's the difference between Mom and Dad's?" He says, "Well, my dad is taller, he's stronger, but my mom has all the power." I said, "How's that?" He said, "Well, that's the one you have to go to sleep over a friend's house or have a friend sleep over your house." If there was one thing, what would you say you learned from your mom and dad? The one important thing. Being in politics, Jack says justice. I learned justice from my mom and dad. I says, "Well, how's that?" He said, "Well, they're always telling me when you grow up and you get married, you're going to have kids, and I hope they're just like you. One Christmas, when Jack was a teen, I got him a Pennsylvania driver's manual, and I put it in his stocking as a joke for Christmas. And then when I went over a little bit later, I says, Jack, do you want to go over the driver's manual? He said, sure, Mom. So I said, well, what's the first thing you learned about, what's the first thing you do when you get in the car? Jack says, turn on the radio. Oddly enough, that was his answer, the same answer that his godmother gave me when she was learning to drive. So Jack, with his always asking questions, says to me, well, Mommy's mom, I'll ask you one. What did the red light say to the green light? I says, I don't know. He says, I'm changing. So I says to him, what did the green light say to the red light? He goes, I don't know. I says, I'm going. And with that, I'll start to end my little speech. In closing, I'd like to say, Jack, you will always be our Easter Bunny, born April 4th, 1999, on Easter Sunday. We were with you at your christening, at your first communion, and at your confirmation, and grade school graduation, and now we're with you at your graduation from high school. And you turned out to be a handsome, tall, polite, loving man. And we're very proud of you. And we wish you good luck. Congratulations.